We already got ours.
No, they don't need them out the next week, but I got
it
it.
from his his land in Hancock that he was.
Yeah, I have one here.
And then it didn't want to stab, so we bought that house way, it's like the road, Houston town. I think.
I mean, I'm honestly not really. Oh, I see easier because I knew my hand was coming here.
Yeah, so we can try.
She's not.
I'm staying.
Oh.
Yeah, you look here, take a picture, and I'm coming. Yeah.
We use the bell to get.
Yeah. We used to know.
Yeah.
Appointments and stuff.
Oh, okay. Like the success bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. It's just not really anything but-
Yeah, are you doing?
She.
All right.
All right, Miss Susie. you're-
I say, let's get started.
And she kisses, got it, all right. Man.
Six people online. Awesome. How is it up there, Larry, in the Deep Creek Mountains?
I'll just.
It's cool. It's only supposed to get like 52 today and down to 38 tonight. So get your sweater and come on up.
Chillier here today too.
Ah,
Is the sun shining or are you getting some rain?
sun shining, yep. She just walked by.
All right, we'll drop in later.
All right.
Actually, I think it's gonna be in her computer. Oh, hey, Kate, is the microphone in your computer for today? Like these guys. Oh, so it is there. Okay, sorry. It's there. Can you guys hear? Let these guys get started. Okay, okay, all right. So welcome to our May team meeting. We're glad you guys are here and joining us online as well. So give your full attention to Cody and Jeremy, who are going to talk a little bit about some KW perks, right? All right, you guys got the floor.
Good morning, everyone. Really appreciate you allowing us, Cody and I, to come spend some time with you today. Some really cool things that are specific to Keller Williams agents. And we're really excited to share that with you. Some of you know me, some of you have yet to meet me, and I'm really excited to meet all of you in the future, if we haven't already met. With that being said, the sign-in sheet is working its way around. We would appreciate it if you put your name and contact info down, so that we know how to get in touch with you if that's something that you'd like for us to do. I apologize in advance for the size of the boxes. If you got to take up two, please do.
Double space.
Why do I think there's a story there? Huh?
I'm not a great guy with computers.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, Cody's going to lead the presentation today. And again, thanks for giving us the time today.
Sure.
Nice to meet you guys. Cody Morris. Have any of you guys received any emails from Capstone Financial, KW, Real Agent Perks program, anything like that? That you've seen? Probably not. I guarantee you they've come across your inbox, but as we know, real estate agents, you guys are bombarded with emails, probably just delete, and that's fine. But that's why we kind of get out here, boots on the ground and talk to you guys. So there's kind of two sides to what we do. We're financial planners, we're advisories. We have our personal financial planning practices, and that's under the New Financial Group umbrella. So you might see that kind of in some of our space. But we also have our corporate solutions arm, which is called Capstone Financial. What we do is we go out to businesses that don't have typical corporate style benefits like real estate, agents and real estate brokerages, and we kind of package stuff together for them. We've actually been working with Keller Williams, KWRI, for the last 4 years. And just this past year, we've actually come up with a full corporate style benefits package for all Keller Williams agents and staff, now known as Real Agent Perks. Okay, we actually rolled it out at the last family reunion last year, and we've been kind of just trying to get it out, get the word out. We had a full-blown marketing campaign for open enrollment here in December for you guys, because one of the major things, and I'll go over it in a second, is it actually provides for the first time for Keller Williams, you're the only brokerage that has it in the entire industry, an actual health insurance program for all agents. As you guys kind of know, you're a little strange in that you're all your own separate businesses, you're all independent contractors, 1099. And for the longest time, health insurers don't like to view you guys together because of that, in order to provide, the risk pooling necessary to create a health insurance plan. So like I said, we've been working through it with KWR for the last 4 years. It's gone through several iterations to get to this point, but we were finally able to kind of create a health insurance program for Keller Williams. Okay. And we kind of package that in addition to a bunch of the other typical things you would see under a corporate style benefits program just for Keller Williams agents and staff, because in working with the KW leadership at KWRI and working with Gary Keller specifically, he wanted to kind of create something for the long-term strategic growth that we're seeing. So we've been kind of rolling this out region by region over the last couple of years. We're finally in every state with this. There's 170,000 of you guys across the entire nation. So we're kind of getting all the information out to you as best as we can, both with the marketing campaigns and the emails, some of the stuff with you guys, family reunion, the red days and stuff like that we're going to, as well as just kind of hoping to partner with your market centers. So I'm actually, kind of in charge of the greater PA region, as well as some of the surrounding regions, Maryland, Ohio Valley, New Jersey, things like that. So you might, see me from time to time or get, direct marketing campaign stuff from us time to time, but that's kind of who we are and how we do. All right. But I do want to kind of go over the high level stuff with you for this, but please feel free to jump in, ask questions. I know some of the health insurance stuff and things like that, it can be kind of confusing, but happy to answer any questions. It's like I said, it's been kind of evolving the last 4 years. There's a lot that's been going into it, but want to make sure that we get the right information into the right hands so we can help you guys in the best possible way. Sound good?
Cool.
All right. Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So, like I mentioned, Capstone Financial as our corporate solution arm, the future of benefit solutions for independent KW Real Agent Perks. So, KW Real Agent Perks, we have our own website. The screenshots that I have from there are from the website. Okay, KWRealAgentPerks.com. All right. But the benefits, there's kind of two sides to it. Like I said, the typical corporate style protective benefits on it. Real Agent Perks, health insurance, vision coverage, dental coverage. There's an HSA available for certain of the health insurance programs, life insurance, long-term disability insurance, and even a worksite package available through different companies that we kind of cobbled all together into one place for you guys. Again, I just want to reiterate, Keller Williams is the only realty brokerage that can get this.
What's an HSA?
Sorry, health savings account. I'll get into it. I'm just kind of going over the actual ones. We'll get into each one of these separately as we go through.
So you're saying Remax doesn't have?
Remax doesn't have it. Nope.
No
one has this.
Okay.
No one has this. They might have kind of some things together locally at the actual individual brokerage level, but they don't have nothing like this nationwide.
Okay.
Yep. And
Excellent.
Yep. So, for
Lots of value.
you guys, the market center people, great thing to recruit for, right? You have a lot of people at other places that have, I've been working with you guys long enough that some people brokerages have this and brokerages have that. This is something that, the team leaders that we've been working with are really recruiting to this is the number one thing that they're doing to not only pull people from other places, pull people into the industry, but also pull the people that, are working full time, but are scared to leave their full-time job or straddling right now because they don't want to lose the benefits. This is one of the main reasons that they're able to come over. Right.
Love it.
Yep. And then, as I mentioned, there's a reason that KWRI decided to partner with Capstone Financial on something like this instead of just like an enrollment company. Enrollment company could simply just go out to you guys and say, here's the menu, blah, 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 pick what you want, good luck, right? They partnered with us because we are, everybody that's working on this plan has their own individual financial planning practice. So because these benefits are so important to your individual financial and practice success, they wanted to partner with somebody that understands what they are, how they work, and how they fit into both your practice and your personal life, right? So in addition to all the coverages that we're providing under the Real Agent Perks program, we're actually able to help you also with, financial planning services. Fee-based planning, just by the nature of the fact that a lot of this is financially based, because we've been working with, Keller Williams agents for over 4 years now, we've been working with everybody that's just starting out to the top 2%ers. Right. So we understand what it takes to build a growing and thriving and successful practice and how all these things can fit into that. So if financial planning and planning for the future, both practice and individually is something you want to work for, we're able to help you in that space. The investment component, a lot of people, a lot of real estate agents, again, because you don't have a typical 401k through, your practice like the typical corporate, employee would have, we're able to set up some of the investment accounts.
Are you on Zoom? Right.
Yeah, sorry. There was an accident on 81, so I tuned in. How am I gonna get out?
We're able to set up some of the investment style accounts to kind of get the retirement plan things going and the tax savings side of things going as well. So SEP IRAs, we set up a lot of SEP IRAs, again, being 1099 independent contractors, just something to get some of that income off the books so we're not paying taxes on that. Solo 401ks, a little bit of more complex planning there, but something that we're doing with a lot of individual agents. Roth IRAs, just a separate, financial planning retirement tool on the tax-free side. Simple IRAs and actual 401k for some of the teams that we're working with as well. If you have W-2 employees and you want to provide extra benefits, stuff in here is a great way to do that. If you're looking for, employee retention, whether it be some admin people for you, whether you want to, you have a great inside sales agent, you have a great showing agent, you want to, make sure that they stay with you and don't kind of hop team to team or brokerage to brokerage. Paying for and implementing some of these benefits for your team members is a great way to provide that extra value for the employee retention side of things, right? And then retirement planning, estate and legacy planning, and tax planning and business structure. That's a big thing that we're getting into now. As we're kind of looking at the environment, we're in an ever-changing regulatory environment, tax environment, political environment. There's a lot of things going on. People are looking for answers. They're looking for the best way to set up their businesses, but also the best way to not pay a lot in taxes or pay as little in taxes as possible. We all have that killer year. You get into the industry, you have that killer year. You're told to set aside a certain amount to pay your quarterly, so on and so forth, and all of a sudden you get to your tax time and your bill's this big, right? How do we prevent that? How do we shrink that? And how do we better plan for that so that our practice can kind of be set up for the biggest amount of success? That all kind of makes sense.
Yep.
That was an overview. Okay. Let's get into the actual weeds a little bit. So, in order to run a quote, because health insurance is the biggest thing that everybody wants to talk about, because it's probably one of the biggest expenses for you and your practice if you are an independent, Keller Williams agent and you don't have a spouse that you're getting, health insurance benefits through. Right. So in order to run a quote, we can, contact us, we can help you run it. But I just want to show you how easy it is and how, little information we need in order to generate a quote to kind of get you guys going through the practice or the process. Okay. So really, and I ran this for me just so we can actually use real values and kind of show you some of the not only the protection pieces that we're providing, but also the savings on the health insurance side. And that's one of the biggest reasons we decided, we were working with Keller Williams to do this, because just last year, the open enrollment for 2022 versus 2021, health insurance prices went up 22% across the country. And it's state by state. Some states went up really high, some states went up, a little bit lower, but still, quite significantly. Right.
And once you become 65, they mandate you to take Medicare.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So with being able to bundle all Keller Williams agents together, we're able to have pricing power negotiation with the health insurers in order to get better overall lower rates. And some, for I think Pennsylvania, which I work mostly in, I think there's an average of $400 a month savings. For Maryland, I think it was around like $300 a month savings. But there's places like California whose health insurance system is just kind of all over the place, over $1,000 a month that we're saving agents out there on health insurance versus what they're finding on the exchange, right? So, I'm not saying that everything we have on here is going to be better than what you have, but I would say probably 70% of the people that I talk to are able to find comparable coverage at a lesser rate than what they're finding on the healthcare exchange. If that's where you're going to for your current health coverage, right? You really just need a few pieces of personal information, your name, date of birth, gender, home zip code. Are you covering your spouse or partner, and are you covering children? Yes, no. That's all we need to run a typical quote. All right. So I ran that, like I said, ran this for myself. So if I'm a 35-year-old male here in the Pennsylvania area, or sorry, here in the Maryland area. There we go. All right. So there's 3 different types of medical plans. We have limited, medical plans, we have basically typical regular coverage business sole prop plans, which is kind of the bread and butter of what this is. And then we even have some guaranteed issue medical plans in here as well. Okay. The one thing with this is there are just a few what we call knockout questions. Basically, do you have any of these very, very specific pre-existing conditions? Okay. If you do, then we have the guaranteed issue plan available. If that isn't really better, because you can go to the healthcare exchange doesn't have any pre-existing medical condition stipulations on it. Okay, you're really comparing the guaranteed issue for the healthcare exchange. But for people that don't have, a lot of pre-existing conditions going on, instead of going to the, healthcare exchange where you're being lumped in with the people that do, right? You're able to kind of get what we call like express underwritten health insurance plan, because you're just answering these, 4 or 5 questions with these, couple very, very specific diagnoses, right? With the limited medical plans, okay, you can see the monthly premiums for them. We have 3 different versions. This is basically covering everything on the preventative side, right? So it's not covering anything on like the complicated side. It's not covering any of the like MRI scans or anything like that. But basically, if you're young and you're healthy and you really just want to go get some preventative medicine, all right, pay $315 a month, 0 copays when you walk in, $0 telemedicine, primary care physician, $25 dollar copays, and everything else is covered. Right. So if you're just looking for, bare bones preventative coverage, just want a nice steady monthly payment, you can go with the limited medical plan. Our full medical plans, again, what you'll typically find if you would go, look either on the exchange, or if you have, medical insurance through like a spouse and in their corporate style plan, this is what we're looking at here, right? So we basically 3 different versions, the 2,500, the 5,000, the 10,000. What that number equates to is it going to be your deductible, which is also the same as your out-of-pocket minimum. Okay, so there are copays for some of the preventative stuff. Everything beyond that, you're going to pay out of pocket up to that amount. Okay, so if I, again, 35-year-old male, select this plan, I'm paying $273 a month. Again, very, very inexpensive. I'm going to pay up to $2,500 on an annual basis for all my medical treatment. Once I hit that $2,500 mark, I don't have to pay a single dollar out of pocket anymore. Right, everything is covered from preventative care, primary care physicians, all the way down to surgeries, MRI scans, CT scans, so on and so forth. Right. The very, very full, medical coverage. Again, very, very comparable to what you would find either on the exchange or through, corporate style package. Right. And you can see the different prices in the different plans, 273 down to 198, 10,000 out of pocket versus 2,500, very, very affordable for, what you probably find out on the open market. And then again, we have our guaranteed issue plan. Like I said, the full medical plans, you have to answer some questions just to kind of qualify for it. But if you don't, you at least have some options here, which you can, compare and contrast to some of the things that you would find on the healthcare exchange. But really what this is doing is it's not only trying to save you money if it can, and like I said, a lot of times it does, but it's also providing you some options for you to figure out what's best for you and your family. Because again, if you have to go on the open exchange, you're very, very limited to what you can get. Make sense? Yeah. Questions so far? Help yourself. These are PPO style plans. All right. So no, like going to your PCP before you can go to specialist. They use the multi-plan network, which is the largest network in the country. I have yet to talk to an agent that haven't been able to find their primary care physician on here. Okay. But they also have a stipulation, even if your person is not in network, you can go out of network. You just have to basically get reimbursed instead of presenting the card. So it's just, you're still covered, just like an extra step in order to do so. Right. So I just wanted to show you, again, I ran my own, healthcare. So if I was a single agent, not covering anybody else in the family, I might go with the $273, $2,500 a month out of pocket deductible. I ran the same plans on the Maryland Healthcare Exchange. PPO plans are only through Care First, right? You can see what I'm looking for at an equivalent premium. $474 bucks a month for the bronze plan, $513 a month for the gold plan. So right off the bat, I'm saving, $200 to $300 a month. And you can see under this plan, what my annual deductible is $8,200 versus the $2,500 on the other plan. This one's, probably comparable at the, $1,750, but again, I'm still paying an extra $200 a month, right? So basically, what we're trying to do is save our agents money by grouping you guys together and providing some pricing power on the healthcare side. And I forget what the actual number is, but it was like if we take the savings for every single agent projected out, the 170,000 of you, it's in the 9 figures of an annual savings throughout, all of Keller Williams. Money that, we're not paying out, that we can either invest back into the practice or take some of those dollars and actually, bring together with some of the other benefits that we're looking on here, just so we can make ourselves even and get the coverages that we need to be successful and make sure that nothing happens to us and our family. Right. All right. I mentioned the health savings account, HSA, as Jeremy wanted me to explain. So if I go back to the full medical plans, you can see up here on the top, HSA eligible for these 2 plans, right? So for those of you who don't know, health savings plan is a way to save tax-free dollars to pay for, medical expenses. It's really the only type of account that you get triple tax savings on. So you can put money into the plan, tax deferred. You can have the money grow in the plan tax-free, and as long as you use it for a qualified medical expense, you don't have to pay taxes on it when it comes out. So basically, if you use this either as a conduit just to pay health insurance costs, or if you have it in there, you can actually invest it and grow it over time. You basically never have to pay taxes on this money. Now, there's annual limits in order to contribute to it, but it's something that a lot of agents are doing. They're basically opening up the HSA, contributing the amount up to their annual deductible. So, $2,500. So basically, all of your out-of-pocket money that you're paying on medical expenses, you don't have to pay taxes on to use the HSA for it, right? So we have the HSA available, again, all in one-stop shop in order to use for the healthcare plans. Dental coverage through Delta Dental, one of the largest dental insurers in the nation. Again, very, very affordable plans. We have 2 different ones. The strictly preventative plan, less than $20 a month to get 100% of your preventative and diagnostic stuff covered. So if you're somebody that just goes to the dentist, once or twice a year to get some cleaning and some fluoride, $20 a month, you're 100% covered. If you're somebody that, either has kids, right? So we know kids are always getting dental procedures, or if you have some dental stuff coming up, you can go with the Premier plan where it's going to cover the 100% preventative and diagnostics plus, 80% and 50% of some of the basic and major procedures. That's like, cavities, root canals, crowns and ears, stuff like that. Right. But again, only less than $50 a month in order to get that coverage as well. We haven't seen anything on the street actually be able to beat these prices on the dental side of things. Vision coverage, less than $20 a month, very, very low co-pays on the eye exams and the lens benefits. Again, just, an extra add-on for very, very inexpensive.
Is that family or just per person?
That right there is a single person. We do have family coverages for all these, right? And I think in order to add spouses and kids, it's like an extra X amount per person you're adding into the plan. But again, very, very, inexpensive to do so. Worksite voluntary benefits bundles, benefits. These are through Manhattan Life. Basically what this is, it is short-term disability. It is accident prevention and hospital indemnity kind of all bundled up into one, right? So again, we're really trying to mimic corporate style benefits packages. Most packages on the corporate level are going to have some sort of disability coverage, especially short-term disability. They're going to have some sort of hospital indemnity. So if you go in the hospital, you're going to get reimbursed for your stay there. They're going to have some sort of accident prevention. Think of it like AFLAC. If you go into the hospital, go into the ER, have an ambulance ride, go into urgent care, even you're going to get reimbursed for those costs. And they're going to have some sort of, I think there's even accidental death and dismemberment coverage on this as well, right? So basically take those, bundled all into one. And again, 3 different levels depending on what you're looking for. We can talk through the actual numbers and stuff like that with you if you want to go through and want to look at something like that. But again, really just trying to provide some options and flexibility for you guys to protect you and your family members. As we're going through life. Questions on dental, vision, worksite? No, makes sense. Yeah. Either I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this or a really good job.
No, so far so good.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Can you, take any of them, put them solely?
yes, yep, this is like a la carte. A la carte, so you can take any or all of these separately or together. Yep, yep. Oh, the one thing I should mention about the healthcare specifically, but any of this, it's on what's called a rolling enrollment, okay? So it's not like the traditional healthcare exchange where you can only select a new plan or pick up coverage at open enrollment at the end of the year. Basically, what we do is we go month by month. As long as you sign up by the 15th of a month, we can start coverage the first of the following month. Right? So if you were to sign up today, today's the 17th, right? So basically you're signing up before the 15th of June in order to start coverage July 1. Right? And then you can pick it up and cancel it at any time. There's no long-term contracts or anything like that. It's going to bill you on a ongoing, assuming annual basis, and it's going to have you re-up on an annual basis, but you can still actively pick it up or drop it at any time.
Cool.
Yep. Great question. Thank you. Disability, income protection. So basically, this was big for the leadership. If I'm sure you guys you mandate reading the red book and the blue book, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the blue book, there's 3 different chapters: thinking a million, making a million, staying on top. In staying on top, there's 3 things that Gary Keller tells you to protect: protect your health, protect your income, protect your life. Right. That was kind of the backbone in creating a lot of this, as we were working with leadership and Gary himself on these benefits, right? So the healthcare stuff was the most important thing, just because that's the hardest to get for a lot of people. So we put a lot of time and effort into that. And you can kind of see what we've built through that. All right. But we still want to make sure we protect our income, protect our life. On the income side of things, we have a plan through Mass Mutual that has, number one, a 25% Keller Williams discount. Right. So with that 25% guaranteed, it's going to be less expenses for the same amount of coverage versus anything that you guys are going to find on the street. Okay. Also through Keller Williams, what we call express underwriting, no lab work to be done with that, through a certain amount. And actually, we just came out with a guaranteed issue disability income protection policy if you can show a certain amount of income for the last 2 years. Right. So with any kind of insurance policies, when it's not group, so like the health insurance stuff is kind of like a group plan. So we're kind of grouping everybody together. Now, like I said, there are a few knockout questions that they have to ask to provide some light underwriting. Anything on the income protection, the life insurance side is underwritten at the individual level. But what we're doing is providing some medical concessions and discounts to provide you guys the best overall plan that we can. Okay. So like I said, on the disability side, 25% discount across the board for any Keller Williams agents or staff. Express underwriting, no medical exams required for it, and even guaranteed issue coverage as long as we can, we have a certain amount of income that we can show for the past 2 years. Right. So, very, very important to KWRI and Gary himself, protect our income, make sure that, our if we ask people, I think it says over here, what's your biggest asset? First people come up with, it's like, oh, my house. I have a, $300, $400, $500 house. Well, yeah. What we like to say is your biggest asset is your ability to wake up every morning, put your feet on the ground, and go make money. Right, you can see that on the right side. Even $50,000 salary of a 35-year-old, and I think average real estate agent income's like closer to 75,000 here in the area. Is going to make 1.5 million of income over 30 years from 35 to 65. So if we protect our car with car insurance, we protect our home with home insurance, probably makes sense to protect our income with income protection insurance. All right. Same thing on the life side. For this, again, we have the ability to look at any life insurance plans, whether it's term insurance, whole life insurance, universal life, variable life. This is a little more individually tailored to agents, so that's why it's kind of, again, not kind of grouped into one package, depending on how much coverage you need, what kind of coverage you need, how it's structured, so on and so forth. But again, it's why they wanted to work with actual financial planners to figure out how that fits into your, overall financial life, to provide the best amount of coverage at the right amount of cost. With it, I should have put at the bottom here, there are, again, express underwriting for the life insurance. So there's the ability, depending on, if they're going to do a background and medical record check, but if everything kind of looks clear to a point, basically be able to pick up coverage with no medical exams here as well. Right. So again, protecting our life, protecting our income, protecting our health, three kind of main pillars.
The premium increase according to age.
Yep. Yeah, it still acts like a typical, insurance plan. It's gonna cost is gonna vary depending on age, depending on health underwriting, and depending on how much coverage you have. But again, we're able to, we understand it, we're able to work with you. This is also through Mass Mutual. So the disability and life insurance, probably the strongest insurance company out there, providing, and they wanted to do that on purpose, providing the best benefits, just like we went through New York Life with the worksite, because they have the strongest worksite plan bundles available as well. We're kind of, it's nice that we were able to kind of go out and grab the best possible pieces for each thing and bring it all together under one. All right. And then, some of the financial planning services that we provide. So, through the KW Perks program, we are basically on retainer to help you guys with the benefit stuff, right? So we're gonna, regardless of, if you already have existing relationships, if you're brand new, if you're, about to retire, so on and so forth, like we are here available to help you with the health insurance, with the life insurance, with the disability, with the worksite stuff, with the health, dental, vision, so on and so forth. But again, because we forged this relationship a couple of years ago, and they've been working with us for so long, KWRI has trusted us to not only provide the enrollment for this plan, but also to work with their agents and all the other aspects of the the financial planning services world. So anything from just looking at your current financial position, setting up business structures in the right way, things like that. The risk management side of things, which is most of the protection pieces on the KW Perks program. The wealth accumulation side of thing, I mentioned the investment stuff that we can set up. We have open architecture and everything. We're non-proprietary on anything. JJ and I on the U Financial side of thing, we have open architecture investments. So we basically have access to everything out there. 8,000 mutual funds, 4,500 ETFs, couple hundred, private managers that we utilize. On the insurance side of thing, we probably have like 80 some companies that we can go out and shop around prices, stuff like that. So, we're able to kind of help you guys in every facet that you need to run a successful practice. Tax management, I mentioned that's, one of the most important things that a lot of agents are coming to us with, especially we just got out of tax time last month. A lot of people are calling us up and say, hey, just got this big tax bill. Heard you mention this on the presentation. Can we have a conversation? Sure, let's sit down and see what we can do to, not only get some income off the books in the current year, but also, what are we doing to, save and position our assets to create tax deferred and tax-free benefits down the line, especially in distribution at retirement. We know that a lot of agents, you invest in what and that's real estate, and that's great. We're a big proponent of that, but especially as a income producing asset appreciation piece of property. The biggest thing we're looking at is, a lot of the current stuff going on with all the government spending that we're in. They're talking about raising ordinary income taxes, talking about raising capital gains taxes, talk about raising the federal estate deduction, talking about changing or possibly even eliminating the 1031 exchange, things like that are coming down the pipeline to trying to reconcile all the debt and spending work we've been getting into here in the last couple of years. Well, what can we do to get ahead of that, try to plan for those things, as well as position all the other assets and things we're doing, the great things we're doing in our business and personally as well, right? So these are the kind of conversations that we're having with a lot of our agents on that side of things. Retirement planning, how does everything that we're doing fit into retirement? We eventually want to, either, stop producing and go live somewhere else and do something, or we just want to build up our real estate portfolio and live off the passive income. Whichever way you want to go, that's great. Where we have, the experience and and financial services ability to, help plan for that and set you up in the right possible way. Again, we've been working with, our team is servicing over 100,000 Keller Williams agents right now. Everybody from, small individual guys to some of the top tier teams that you guys see, on the media pieces and Facebook posts that they put out there all the time in the region. So we understand, again, what it looks like to set up a practice and a team, in the best possible manner to get you guys success and the things that go into it. And another big thing we're talking about, especially now because of the tax strategy side of things, but also just because, a lot of you guys are looking to get out. We have a lot of rentals. We want to transfer those, pass those on to the next generation, maybe pass our practice to the next generation. What do those estate planning things look like? How do we basically, sell our business? How do we pass everything down to the next generation? How do we provide an estate and a legacy for our kids in the most efficient way with paying as little taxes as possible, both on the transfer and the death side of things, right? So, yeah, big picture. That's all the things that we're looking at and have the ability to do in our financial planning. We are planners first, but the protection side of things, like the Real Agent Perks, just happens to be a big piece of that. And like I said, if you want to kind of engage on that, if we can, look, at one-offs, we can be very transactional, whether it's the Real Agent Perks or something on the protection side. But, our kind of bread and butter where people find the most value in working with us is on the ongoing, fee-based advice process. So we would, engage on an annual engagement fee. We kind of, work through the whole process from soup to nuts, get together, understand your situation, analyze, run it through an analysis, have a presentation and implementation. But it's really, not just a financial plan is not just, 75 pages of facts and figures, right? You need the facts and figures and the graphs to back up what you're doing because, the numbers don't lie. But it's really the relationship. It's really the ongoing conversation. It's really the client experience that is the value that you're going to find working with a planner, especially one that understands and knows real estate agents and knows, the Keller Williams system, lifestyle, and the Real Agent Perk side of things. So just another way to engage with us, another thing that a lot of agents are finding real value in working with their firm.
And when you say that you're on retainer and your KWRI has you on retainer to offer a little bit of advice now and then.
Yes.
On those items. And then the individual plan is going to be something that we pay for individually.
Correct. Yep.
More of like a kind of a compass.
Yeah.
Like where you're going.
Yeah, because there's a lot of different ways we can go, but
Yep.
Just want to make sure that we're helping in the best possible way and forging relationships in the right manner.
Awesome. Huge.
Circling back to the worksite stuff. For an employer, typically all of these benefits that you would participate in would be coming out pre-tax.
In what area?
How would these premiums be treated on a tax basis?
I mean, everything here is going to be, it's coming out on a post-tax basis, but it's besides the insurance-based ones, which have the tax-free benefit coming out, everything's going to be deductible. Right, so on the employer side, it's being deducted, as a line item in your paycheck before it ever hits you. So you're not paying taxes on it, you're getting it as a benefit. Here, because you're paying it out of pocket, it's considered a business cost, because again, you guys are each your own separate business, right? So it is a tax deductible benefit, healthcare, the work site, the things like that. Now, again, on the insurance piece of things, you do not want to deduct. You technically can deduct the payment on that, but it's not going to be advantageous because anything on the disability or the life insurance payout is going to be 100% tax-free. And you want to maintain that tax-free status of it by not deducting that, from your taxes in the year that you're paying it.
In other words, you want to talk to them directly.
Yeah. There's a lot of complications, around a lot of this, especially again, even the investment stuff. It might sound pretty easy on paper. Hey, I'm just going to set up a SEP, I'm just going to set up an IRA, but there's actually a lot of things you can and can't do, or a lot of things to look at in terms of income levels and tax deductions versus not, things like that we're actually working to reconcile a lot of agents that are coming to us, and we're looking what they already have set up, and we're like, might want to go talk to your accountant about this, or might want to look at that instead, because you're just not being as efficient as possible.
Where's your office? Where you're serving Greater Pennsylvania, but are you located somewhere with a bricks and mortar?
Yes.
We have an office in Mechanicsburg.
Mechanicsburg, okay.
Cody lives in the Harrisburg area, Carlisle, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm right here in Greencastle.
Oh, okay, so you're around. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, this is amazing. Like the Keller Williams, Gary Keller, if no one in this entire industry can say they have a president or an owner of a company that is helping agents on a regular basis, like this is huge value. And to not be, nobody else in the industry is having conversations like this. So thank you guys very much for coming. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
appreciate the time.
Definitely.
The ability to, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have the information, do you have something to leave us, probably business cards or the contact?
Contact information is here.
Yep.
Some business cards.
Okay,
What we typically do is, we'll just reach out to everybody individually.
Yep.
Just, schedule, typically just schedule like a 15-20 minute Zoom call. Hey, just want to make sure you got all the information. If you do, great. If not, how would you go over it? You want to talk about your, specific, situation, see if anything makes sense. Happy to do so. If you're taking cover, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, we're, like I said, we're on retainer. We're here to help you guys and,
awesome.
go from there.
Good deal. Well, thank you for lunch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Guys, this information will go out in our team meeting follow-up email. So you'll get all of the slides and all of their contact information as well.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, good deal. Thanks, guys. We're gonna keep going.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey.
All
Yep.
right,
It's me all.
that's you too. Thanks, guys.
Oh, you take that back. Are we ready for a video?
All right, let's do our video. Let's get this party started.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Ah,
hold on. We
Freeze.
might have sound.
I'm sharing now.
Anybody have their phones or their computer not on mute?
Sometimes the ones of bipolar depression feel darkest before dawn.
Karen, can you mute yourself, hon?
I will in a second. I have, I have a screen that I gotta close.
All right, we'll have to watch the video later.
Okay, we'll come back. All right, so let's talk about our mission, vision, value, beliefs, and perspective. Somebody read for me. Oh, sorry. Tricia. Come on
To
in.
be the real estate company of choice for our agents, clients, and our community.
Excellent. Vision?
To build.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. So let's go back. So this is our market center. This is our individual Keller Williams Premier Realty mission to be the real estate company of choice for our agents, clients, and our communities. Keller Williams International. What's our mission overall?
Living, giving,
And legacies worth leaving. Excellent. All right. Locally, this is our vision, our market center. This is our vision. Who wants to read it for me?
Number one, market share means volume and agent count in Charlotte area be a company that our current agents never want to leave and attract agents for our market center by upholding a culture of integrity, trustworthiness, professionalism, and competency.
Excellent. This is like us right here. That's us. Integrity, professionalism, trustworthiness, and competency. That's the big vision. Okay, so Keller Williams International. The vision is.
real estate company of choice for agents.
Excellent. All right. What's our values here locally in our market center, Keller Williams Premier Realty? The value is.
Provide
Somebody-
excellent service to our agents and our clients by living out the Y4C2Ts every day and in every interaction.
Every interaction. Okay, what's the value of Keller Williams International?
God family.
Yes.
Way to go,
God,
Shelley.
yeah. All right, belief systems on our wall. Win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first, commitment in all things. Communication, seek first to understand. Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty, equity, opportunities for all, and success is results through people. And then our perspective is. Somebody?
Technology company that provides the real estate platform that our agents,
buyers and sellers prefer. Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trainer consultant, and focuses all its activities with service, productivity, and profitability.
Excellent. Thanks, guys, for participating in that. All right. So here's what we're gonna do first. Ready, set, go. One call, all of us, every single one of us, one call, one text, and one email. Here's the script. It doesn't have to be this, but if you want an example, this is what we're gonna say. Just wanted to call, let you know, I was thinking about you and how grateful I am to know you. If I can be of any help with anything, not just real estate, let me know. Okay, ready, set, go. Get your phones up.
Call, text,
Everybody's doing
email,
this.
Everybody.
One call, one text. And by the end of our meeting, we're gonna find out who actually had a response. One text, one
You
email.
guys look so excited
call.
about this. Man.
And if you have a better script, feel free to use your better script. If you need one, this can be it. Care call, reach out.
Karen, call me. Yeah, there you go.
Somebody.
I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer. Will that work?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
5 minutes is it. That's all we need. One call, one text, one email.
If you need to get up and leave the room to call, you can do that. See that.
Yeah. you definitely
Don't
come back.
leave. That's why I said if you need to get up and walk out, you can.
What?
Make a
It's real
call.
quiet.
I know. Do we need a little music?
I have music.
Put a little music on.
It's just trying to figure out what system is on.
All right, everybody online, on Zoom, doing the same thing. One call, one text,
Where's
one email.
Ah!
I'm not using that script.
Ah!
Hey, you guys can do this through your command app.
Yes, oh yeah, we're supposed to say that, plug command app, so that it goes into your contacts.
Oh, shoot. An answer.
One call, one text, one email.
Who has their text done? Whoop whoop, who has their email done? All right. So if you want to invite them in, they just
Yeah.
here and
Feel free to join us.
yeah, come in here and sit. I'll grab a chair- another
Come on,
chair.
Karen.
We might make you make calls, but come on in and have a seat. I'll pull a chair.
You want us to leave a message or?
Yeah, or whatever you want to do. And notice.
Is this Dave's wife? Lisa, this is Mary Llewellyn with Keller Williams Premier Realty. How are you? Good. Hey, at one point you were looking to sell your property there in Paw Paw, and I just wanted to reach out to you to see what your plans were. Oh, okay, great. So you told us about my owner? You told us about my owner?
We all have to do it, right? Yeah.
I was gonna say, I want you to take notice that you see where Mary Llewellyn's team is generally all the time at the top, right? They're always in production, always one of our top teams, one of our top teams.
All right, bye-bye.
Who's the first person to jump on the phone? Who does a lead generation on a regular basis, right?
Every day, yes.
Uh-huh. All right, how's it coming online? Our Zoom folks.
Looks like they're on calls.
Get out of that call.
No, not from conversation I was having a few minutes ago.
Well, that's what we're tracking at the end of the end of our meeting.
Only 2 minutes.
Way to go, Kelly. Text, emails, and on a call.
You believe?
You want a water? Are you sure? Yeah, anybody else need a water? Beverage? I'm sorry, that was not hospitable of me.
Done. All right, Larry's got his done. Good job, Larry.
You good, you have one?
Kelly, you done?
58 seconds. Yes, left a voicemail, sent the email, sent the text.
All right. Can't wait to see the results.
15 seconds. Next week, we should do as many as you can, text messages.
Yeah,
See who can get the most.
okay. Sounds good.
All right, your timer is up.
All right, guys, thanks for participating. We're gonna check in on that at the end of the meeting, so we'll find out who has anything that's come from that. All right, so what we got next?
Good question. Birthday.
Oh, so our May and June birthdays from today through our next meeting. May 22nd, Chuck Hawley, Christine, May 28th, Ross the 29th. June 2nd, Vanessa, the 5th, Denise, June 10th, Tricia. June 14th, Min, and the 17th, Gloria, happy birthday. And June 10th, Tricia Larimore.
I don't know why I
Okay,
wrote that twice.
we got a little double.
Ooh, double.
May 7th.
And May 7th. Oh, we recognized you last month.
Okay.
So we're not doing the actual May.
Gotcha.
It's meeting to meeting. So happy birthday belated. All right, work anniversaries. Patricia and Ross Larimore, Kristen Van Camp, and Krista Vanderpoort. How many years?
20.
20. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Awesome, crazy. Tricia and Ross, I think she's probably making a call, but I think she is,
There she is.
how many years? I think it's.
Ross is 16.
Go ahead.
So 6 years and Ross is 7.
That's what I thought. Awesome. Good deal. And Kristen should be 1 year,
2 years. 2 years.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys. Hey, our newcomer, Miss Cleo. Welcome to the team. We're super excited to have you. It's been awesome. You want to tell us a little bit about you real quick?
So I'm Cleo Handy. I just moved to West Virginia from Maryland, from Baltimore, Maryland, last year. So I've been here about a year now. I had my license in Maryland for 1 year and I just got my license in West Virginia. About 6 months now, but I'm just getting started with everything. So
We're excited to have you.
yeah, you guys been a great help. I really appreciate her and Kate.
She's gonna be a rock star as well. Got a lot of those around here to this. Hey, bucket fills, let's talk about kisses. Who's got something to share?
You're helping me out with my client last month.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm not gonna give a kiss to Lenny, but you can give it.
Give him a real hug. He loves it.
He's always available when I have a question, and I do appreciate that, because it's not always during the time that I probably should be on, which is the
11.
12.
So there's been a couple times I've been on there that you've not been around, so I think it's okay that I'm.
All of it now.
Guilty.
If you can give one to everybody who attended Red Day, that would be awesome. We really appreciate your guys' input, your help. We had a lot of fun. We got a lot done. Alyssa, yeah. It was fun. Except for a balloon to the face. Hey, that was your choice.
What was that time? I was.
The balloon to the face.
Yeah, I wasn't in the back part.
You did that. You got a very good raise.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. That's a great organization to be affiliated with, for sure. Appreciate that help. What else? Anybody else have some hugs and kisses? Anybody zooming?
I have one.
Okay,
I don't know if Ashley's there, but she was an absolute doll and warmed up a referral for a recruit from Remax, and he will be joining us in June. So I just wanted to say thank you to her and congratulate her on building her downline.
that's excellent. Good job. All right. Anybody else? Hugs? Come on.
Did anybody cover office duty while we were out for mega leadership in here? Yeah.
Oh,
and Allison, Katie, thank you guys. We appreciate you so much. Really appreciate you. What else? What else?
Give one to Taylor for all the help she's done with the vendor expo.
Woo, Taylor, hugs and kisses.
Thank you. And once you because you're doing a great job on all those videos.
I want you guys to do videos.
You're doing an awesome job.
Krista is trying to lead by example.
Yes, she is.
So, all right.
And
Anybody
we're
else?
fighting it all the way. Give me more.
Everybody, any more hugs? All right. All right, what you got next? First transaction. So Joe, tell us about your first transaction. Well, first we should say, Joe is one of our first agents through K-Score, through the Keller Williams School of Real Estate, and now has his first transaction. And excellent, like, we're so proud of you, but tell us a little bit about your journey. Once you started, how do you feel like, what do you think happened to get you to this?
So I'd like to thank all of my family here first. Without them, I could not have accomplished what I did. It was a journey. It was like a lot of work, but it was enjoyable. I had fun. My clients were great. Everybody I talked to was great. Montgomery County is a nightmare. Yes, great time. Thank you.
You can do anywhere now. Done it down there, you can do anywhere.
For real. So how about the process, like, also, once you got in, like, you started with Ignite,
I
you've
did.
been working through productivity coaching, obviously.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think about that whole process?
I think everything helped my journey complete my first transaction. And when I got lost, I just referred back to my notes and referred to other teammates to help me get through it. And it was great.
Good. And you felt confident enough to be able to do that. Did you feel like you had enough support
I did.
behind you to make that
I
first?
did. And if I didn't know it, I just faked it.
Excellent. What we do every day. That's awesome. Well, we're super proud of you, definitely.
Thank you.
Cool. Our top producer for the month of April is Brandy. Brandy, I think she's on. Congratulations, 265,000 in volume for a unit. And then our top producing team was the Melanie Pratt DeMaio group. 4 units, $504,000 in volume. And then our top producing group is the Llewellyn Group, 4 units, $1.3 million in volume. So congratulations, guys. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our LOR. Tell me what LOR stands for. Language of real estate. So our closed units this is the difference between the percentage of the board and our market center. So the board is down in closed units 23.61%. We are down in closed units 57.89%. So right now, the industry, the board is actually outpacing us. Now, the blessing in this is that everybody's down. The opportunity exists in that we want to outpace the board. So we want to get ourselves into production and get some units closed. Closed volume, the board's down 18%. We're down 57% in volume. So the industry, the Board of Realtors, is actually outpacing us. Let's look at listings taken. Those who own the listings own the market. You ever hear that? Anybody we know ever said that to us, Gary Keller? So listings taken, the board's down 18%. We're only down 6%. So we are taking more listings by 12.35% than everybody else in the area. So is this a way to take market share?
Yep.
Absolutely. In a shifting market, when you take market share, do you ever give it back? No, and that's why it's so important for us to have our pedal to the metal. Listings volume taken, 5.52%, we're down 9.3%, so the volume is off. The industry's outpacing us a little bit. Listings sold, our listings, the board's down 25%, we're down 53%, so the board is outpacing us at the moment. Same thing with listings sold volume. Let's look at contracts written. The board, our other peers are down 24%. We're only down 7%, so we're outpacing the board by 17% right now, almost 18%. What's this mean? What's happening for us to have contracts written and us outpacing? What's going on that we're seeing the difference?
Their listings, where it's bringing, we're lead gen offers. We're doing our follow-ups.
Working your models.
Are we making things happen? Absolutely, because we're dedicated to the systems, models, and tools that Keller Williams provides for us to be able to do this. So in turn, then, with contracts written, are we going to notice that contracts written volume is we're outpacing? Obviously, because those two kind of go hand in hand potentially. All right, so lots of room for opportunity. And at the same time, look at the opportunities we've taken advantage of. Huge. Okay, cool. Oh, let's go back one more. Sorry, Kate. Is there anything in here in these opportunities that you can use in your listing presentations or your buyer presentations? 100%. Oh yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, do you know that the listings we've been taking we're outpacing our competitors by 12, almost 13%. Oh yeah, the contracts, we've got lots of buyers that we're working. We're outpacing our industry by almost 18% right now. So you can utilize those numbers in your presentations. Leah.
Question about the difference for your board, meaning that the different other real estate agencies that's working with the board, or are the board doing their own transaction?
No, it would be all the agencies, the brokerages combined is what we would consider the board. Okay. So that, thanks for clarifying that. That would be the other agents in the industry and that are participating, and that's who that's just defined as.
And that's all pulled through Bright.
Through Bright.
Yeah.
Okay. So Allegheny County, let's look at the numbers. We've been doing this pretty much on a regular basis to see if we can see month by month that the industry or the market is changing. So in Allegheny County, right now, the average sale price is 147,630. Days on market is average days on market is 45 days. The current accumulation of inventory is 2.3 months. So that's really not changing terribly from last May was 2.4 to last month was 2.8, and currently we're at 2.3 there. And let's see what we got. Berkeley County. Berkeley, average days on market 32. Your average sale price in Berkeley County right now is about 296,000. Does that sound about right, Berkeley County guys? Let's look at inventory accumulation. Last year in May, it was 2 months. In April, it was 2.8, and now it's at 2.3. So we're not that much further ahead in Berkeley County than we were last year, almost potentially a month. And let's see, is there anything else in that Berkeley County that you want to discuss? Average sold? No.
So I think that looking at inventory that's in Berkeley County, what I see is I don't see a lot of ready homes to move into. I still see a lot of crappy stuff that's overpriced and people don't want to buy it.
Right.
Yeah. Sellers are having an issue with like, wait a minute, last year my neighbor got X amount of dollars. I want that too.
And I don't wanna do anything.
And I don't want to do anything.
Right.
And I don't care if the interest rate's gone up. Okay, great. Your house is gonna sit longer than 30 days.
Right.
Just know that,
Well, I was
that
gonna
you're
say,
advertising for.
30.
Right.
Yeah, look at your
the day
days on
count's
market.
up.
And the
Yeah.
cumulative days on market is 34. So that's definitely creeping up. And
Yeah.
that's obviously where some of
That's
that's
what I
going
see.
up.
Yeah.
Well, last year in April, it says new listings were 342, or no, last year was 432. And then last month, because the 152 is only a half a month.
Mhm.
So last month was 342. So we definitely had a lot more coming on, but they were selling like so quickly. So your turnaround, you had a lot more, but it was also closing a lot more.
Right, right.
So I think you're, what, that's about 190 less, right?
Yeah,
But, yeah, so that's where your listings sold and activities down a bit, but it's still moving, let's say.
yeah. Mhm. All right, Franklin County. What do you have going on in PA? So cumulative days on market still is about 32, average sold price 273.9. Last May's inventory accumulation 1.3 months. Last month it was 1.6 and right now it's at 2.1. Sounds about right, doesn't it? What's a balanced market?
6 months.
How many months worth of inventory? 6. Are we still telling sellers we're in a seller's market? Still telling buyers still recognizing we're in a seller's market? Some of them, yeah, except for this one guy who wants to come in right at under list price with a bunch of yeah. All right, so Garrett County, our friends in the mountains. Our cumulative days on market right now is 61. The average sold price is about $550,600. Last May, we had 3.9 months worth of inventory. Last month, it was 4.9 months worth of inventory. In May, it's showing up as 5.5, which we're getting close to that 6-month point in Garrett County. So we're going to be switching probably and shifting to a buyer's market at some point before the rest of us get there. So, typically we watch things happen out of Baltimore and DC and make their way west. In this case, it's west and now it will potentially at some time make its way east. Okay, Washington County. Cumulative days on market 49, average sold price 318.6. Last May, we had 1.3 months worth of inventory and currently 2.6 months worth of inventory. We're still low. There's not a lot of building, I don't think, going on in Washington County compared to Berkeley County, where there's so much building there.
Noticed a lot of the new builds now are on a slab instead of with a basement, even unfinished basement. That's the builders looking to cut costs. There are a lot of them that are just on a slab.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So I have a client who's building a house and they had to blast some of the rock out and that created a huge mess for them financially. They weren't expecting that and neither was the builder. So, I can see that being a huge problem.
Yeah, with that. All right, so that's a little snapshot in our counties. I want you to save the date, get your phones out. Put this on June 21st. That's our next team meeting. And at 1 o'clock, we will have Chris Luttrell coming to talk to us about private financing, what not to do. So that's going to be huge. Some of the unknown laws and regulations, both with the Dodd-Frank and with the IRS regulations that govern private financing and residential transactions. And you guys are probably seeing a little bit more of that. I mean, when the market shifted completely, we saw a lot of cash come out of the closets, like, where's all this cash been? Well, you've got some people that are interested in doing private financing, but there are some caveats to that. And as a result, why not go right to the source who's going to be able to give us great information? So after the team meeting on the 21st, plan to stay and we'll talk with, listen to what Chris has to share with us.
Is that gonna be like general for all 3 states that we're involved with, or just a West Virginia thing?
Well,
No.
Dodd-Frank and IRS are going to be.
Federal.
those are federal.
Yeah.
So it'll be a federal type of.
So more general, not
More
necessarily.
Yeah, he said it wouldn't be state specific. I asked him to make sure that it was broad enough to meet all of our needs.
Yeah.
And there's also a warning, I don't know if everybody heard about it, there's huge scams going on now with land purchase.
Oh,
They're just, and selling it and getting money for it, and it's not even theirs.
oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
That's
things to
happening
be-
with rentals too. right?
Yeah. That's with rentals.
That's the, you know, and the
Yeah,
money,
it's
so,
like,
yeah. that's
Yeah.
been-
And
It's fine.
all right, what's next? All right, so let's look at some other upcoming events. Keith, while you've got your phones out and your calendars, May 18th, there's a contract class. that's open
Tomorrow.
for everyone. Yep. May 25th, Realtor Networking Mixer at Antietam Brewery. Kelly, would you like to share anything about the Realtor Networking Mixer?
Yeah, so it's gonna be from 5 to 7. We'll have food and drinks there, and we'll have Larry Yoder from Integrity Mortgage. He'll be speaking to us about some of the things that they're seeing in lending right now.
Awesome. So we could probably bring some Realtor friends with us.
Yes, that is open to all realtors in the area, so it's not just a KW specific thing. So if you are in any deals with co-op agents that you think would like to attend, or you want to just invite some other friendly realtors that you know, bodies in the room are a good thing.
Definitely. And it will be informational, so that'll be good too. All right, so June events, June 7th, Level Up Spring Summit with Jeff Glover. Mary, anything you'd like to say about Jeff Glover?
Yeah, he's just amazing. I was coaching with them, and then also now Krista is coaching with them
Mhm.
with the marketing and. Pretty good, huh, Krista?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of value.
A lot.
I know Mary and Lori have gone to their summit and they come back with so much value.
Mhm.
And a whole big list of things for me to implement.
That's
Always fun. Mary's on vacation during June 7th, so I won't have a big list.
I know, I would be going, but he's amazing. He's actually in the trenches. He sells over 100 homes a year himself, plus does all this. He's
Yep.
always training these different cities, states.
And he's a Keller Williams agent,
Yeah, he's
so.
They're out of Michigan and they have a lot of free trainings that they put out there.
Mhm.
So check it out.
Definitely.
definitely worth
Good
it.
stuff.
All right, June 9th, our vendor expo with ALC. So who's here from the ALC? Raise your hand. And would you guys like to speak to this event?
Basically, what we're doing is we have some vendors, coming in, we're setting up at the what is it called?
Elmwood.
Elmwood Farms. Vendors are gonna come in, just have a little expo. Invite any real estate agent you know. There's a Facebook event out there now, Taylor put out for us. We have some marketing material if you need. Get realtors in the door, get other agents in the door. We want, like Kelly said on the other one, more bodies, the better. We just want people to come in. We're having a couple food trucks out there. And it's just a way to have other agents, you guys are welcome to set up there as well. We'll have, Taylor send you some information. Just a way to, if you need that extra electrician, you need somebody else, maybe a Pennsylvania plumber. We're trying to get everybody in one spot, so, everybody can have another tool in their pocket.
And the nice thing about this is not like a big modeling show that they do. This is more intimate. This is like
Right.
real estate agents and who we work with.
And
they're local vendors. How many people? How many we have so far?
I have to look on the spreadsheet. I mean, I'm hoping, like last, it was around there. I'd like to get to at least 20.
Right.
So if anybody else does know of any vendors that would be willing, or
Yeah,
would like to, you know, let Taylor or I or anyone here know. Lori's on, Dorothy and Trish there. We could send them some information. Just to get them in.
And keep in mind that the win for the vendor is to potentially pick up new business
Yeah.
from us as agents. And the win for us as agents is that, oh my gosh, I've been looking for somebody in Martinsburg that I could get to do Mr. Fix-It kind of things. So it's gonna be, that's the kind of matchup that I think you guys are intending
Yes.
for, right? Cool. All right, June 27th. Make sure you put that on your calendars. Go ahead and pick up your phone now while I watch you. Put that on your calendar. June 27th, Jen Davis is going to be doing 250 plus homes per year. Kelly, would you like to speak to this?
Yeah, so we have a decent sized group. I got about 11 or 12 of us right now that are planning to attend. We're going to go to the 9 to 12 version. It's in Bethesda. And we'll have some type of a carpool arrangement worked out. So if you get registered and you're going to attend with us, or when you register and you do attend with us, let's put it that way. I'll keep everybody posted on what the arrangements look like to get down there and back, but I'm imagining we're going to be back in the area by about 2. And if for those of you that don't know, Jen has an awesome amount of energy. She's super successful. She's the head of MAPS coaching. Like, she's just a great person to be in front of. So I highly recommend that you attend and get to gain some of the knowledge that she has in the industry.
And she is an agent as well. So it's not like she's teaching that she has no experience. So Kelly's right. She's amazing. And then June 30th. And that's the deadline for our West Virginia license renewals. Anybody not done that yet? If not, make sure you get that started. And then July 22nd, go ahead and pull your phones back out. Mine's already on here. July 22nd is our summer family picnic, and that's going to be held at Antietam Recreation. So make sure you save the date. We don't want to have anybody saying, oh, I didn't know that it was July 22nd.
And it's in the evening, I think, 3 o'clock or so, right? 3 o'clock? Yeah.
Karen, no getting in the kayaks.
That's right. She must be on a call.
No, I'm here. Yes. Not getting in a boat.
Not getting in a boat.
Awesome.
Story there.
If you do, just don't bring Tom.
It was Tom's fault.
I can get in the boat.
All right, cool. So you got all those dates on your calendar. What do we got next, Kate? So here's the Realtor Networking Mixer it's going to be Larry Yoder with Integrity Home Mortgage, May 25th, 5 to 7, Antietam Brewery, which is here in Hagerstown.
Share it on Facebook.
Yes, there is a Facebook post. So when we put those out, the goal is definitely for you guys to keep resharing those and reposting those. So this is Jen Davis. Let's come back.
Okay.
We got a couple of things. Mega Agent Camp, save the date. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. The music is not going to work.
It's just not.
It's just not cooperating.
So it's August 15th and 16th. If you want information, there's the QR code for that. That will be awesome. Family reunion. I would love us to have a huge participant or a huge amount of participants for family reunion next year. It's going to be February 24th to the 29th in 2024. It's going to be in Las Vegas. It's about $1,000 at the early bird rate. We'll, of course, be making an arrangement on getting some rooms so that we can all be together. But we want to start talking about this now because when you're financially fiscal, no, that's not the word. Financially
able.
Responsible.
When you're really good at your finances, you're very frugal. That's right. Teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. So when you're very frugal, it's a little bit difficult in the month of February to come up with the funds to be able to go here. So we want us to start planning and budgeting so that we can go as a group next year. Okay, what are the three components of the internet lead generation model? What are the three components of the internet lead generation model? Anybody studying shift right now? ALC? I mean.
What are they? What are they?
Nobody knows? Kelly? Do you know them?
Hold on. I think it's-
Lead follow up, Jen.
I was gonna say, I don't think that we've gotten there quite yet in our book.
Okay.
That's next month, so we'll report back.
All right, so here's our opportunity.
Create and maintain an internet presence. Lead generate for traffic, capture, connect, cultivate, and close the lead.
There we go. Excellent. All right, so let's keep going. Download the command app. We already know that. Import your phones,
Oh, it's an update.
contacts. Oh, the update, gotcha.
Yeah, so download the update if you haven't already.
Which means take out your old command
Oh, no, I'm afraid to do that.
and re-upload it.
No, you should just update it.
It makes you
Do
go
I-
into the app store and hit the update button. It may
Okay.
not update automatically, so just double check.
Okay.
Okay. You know how to do that? I'll try to figure it out. I'll be getting the phone to you, Miss Krista.
So DocuSign,
Go into your app store, your downloaded apps and hit update.
what?
She said, she just hands it to me, that's.
That's how I do it. That's what you do. It's called delegate. You do that. Dorothy.
All right, so DocuSign, the details of DocuSign, we definitely know that there's always room to be able to do DocuSign better. And so there are 2 free sessions. You can sign up for these. There's some advanced tips and tricks in session 2.
I have to say I was resistant to it. I love DocuSign now. Just saying.
Oh, it's a big difference.
Good deal. All right,
Still won't
Next.
let me get my credentials for PA.
Wealth Building Wednesdays, Life Moments, and Ask Me Anything. These are Connect and they're on-demand series. I also want to make sure that you guys know on our, I think Michelle Kate stumbled
I'm
across.
gonna show them in just a minute. Yeah, I
Okay,
just looked at
perfect. Coming back to that then. K-Score. We've been very successful. Over 11,000 students have completed the pre-licensing. KW Prep is available in all states, and K-Score is now available for us in Maryland and Pennsylvania.
Maryland?
Yeah.
So as of May
Fun.
1st, Maryland
Wow.
is officially on board. So.
We do
and
have
then-
our 2 graduates here, Joe and Alyssa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
How was your experience with K-Score?
It was good, it was great. You can do it yourself, so you can base it, your time based on yourself. So if you have a full-time job, you can work around it, basically do whatever.
Doesn't give you a certain amount of time to get it done.
Excellent.
I think
6
you
months.
have
6
like
months.
7
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What do you do if you have questions in the class and stuff and just can't figure it out?
So they have, like on Tuesday nights, they do like a live question and answer. They don't go by topic, like not like chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. You have questions afterward, you can write it and say, I'm taking, I need a question on PA and blah, 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 and they will answer back to you. They're really helpful.
They do have like an instructor that you can reach out to. So it's not live classes, but they do have a live individual that can help you throughout the process.
So as you're out there and you're identifying people that you think, oh my gosh, you'd be great at real estate. Keep in mind that we can offer them free schooling. They can take their class through K-Score, which is awesome.
What about for continuing ed?
They do have opportunity. It's not free, but it is deeply discounted for CE.
And they don't
hours.
have that in every state.
Not yet, okay.
They
Not,
get to-
not West Virginia. Okay.
Mm-mm. West Virginia's been a little problematic with
Yeah,
K-Score.
it's usually just Maryland, but. KW Trophy Case 30 under 30, named as 2023's America's Best Employers for Diversity, and proud to be named to one of America's most innovative companies in 2023. So you can use these types of things when you're talking with your buyers and sellers. When 72 sold, if you guys are interested in 72 sold, come have a conversation with us. And then, of course, always, no matter what we're doing, we're gonna be TCPA compliant,
What is this about?
right? Nobody ever knows. Just make sure that you know you're checking, cross-checking.
I'm
those.
pretty sure all the scammers are not checking. this,
Exactly.
Because I did not sign up for
Who
that.
else is not doing this, I feel, is NAR and the insurance companies.
Lenny called about that the other day. What did they say, Lenny?
What?
About NAR and all those texts and stuff. that-
Getting the quotes.
I spoke to NAR yesterday, and they have filed a complaint with the FCC. They've also filed a complaint with the Justice Department because they are all scams. And they won't provide the company that they're working for. If you ask them or anything like that, because they're not working with NAR.
I said, we'll never ask for gift cards.
Mhm.
Never. We'll never ask.
I
you
get
guys
all
for
the
those.
time, Susie. Can you
No,
help me?
you're
Yeah, I got
Lenny,
it.
Lenny,
Yeah.
got Lenny, your brother.
So.
I have fun with them when they send me stuff.
Yeah. I just need him text me.
Now, I had the guy,
Yes.
what, the one I had the guy.
Almost sending him gift cards.
Well, no, he was, he asked me something about two different types of gift cards. And, basically I was saying, okay,
Heading to the store now.
No, you were saying,
what was it?
it was the brands, you were like,
Yeah.
you want was that a horse or?
Apple or something.
Apple.
Yeah, Apple, do you want, yeah, they were asking for an Apple gift card, and I said, well, do you want, Macintosh or Granny Smith? And then they were like, and then they picked some other financial app thing, and it rang with something at the grocery store, and I was like, funny, sent them a picture, you know, is this what you're talking about from the grocery store?
That's funny.
And they finally quit answering and got this off.
So Karen, Lenny was just saying he spoke to NAR and they said that all of the quotes that are coming out to spam us often are all scams. They're NAR and they filed a complaint with Justice
FCC,
Department
yeah.
and the FCC, so.
I will say, so Susie had somebody create an email, susiemiller.kw@gmail.com. Not hers, not at KW, but when I researched it further, you do have to turn it into the FBI. And so you go through a very short online process of submitting that to the FBI. They go in, I guess, and petition Gmail to shut it down or whatever they do. But if you guys have that happen, there is a process that you file with the FBI as far as reporting the claim or the whatever it is.
Yeah.
That actually happened to me. I received one from you, Susie, and I figured, nah, it's not right.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It announces what you do. I'm like, I thought we should all know.
Right?
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. And somehow I think I don't even know where it's coming from, but anyway, I will never be sending anything like that.
So I
So,
was hoping to meet you when you sent me your text. It wasn't you, but they said, I need your help. Sure. Well, I did. She didn't show up. She didn't show
back
up.
to Lenny.
Oh, yeah, and then we have a game.
Oh, yeah. All right, so two more things. We have Lenny and then we've got another competition.
Okay.
All right, Lenny.
Okay,
you're up.
for me, let me put my notes up.
You may have to come closer to the
Mike.
microphone.
Yes, please, thank you. Because I'm here for
Where
Lenny.
is the mic?
It's over here.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so a couple things that we want to discuss. First off, everybody feels like they're doing okay, right? Everyone thinks they're doing good? It's kind of a trick question. Okay, listen. So there's some things that are going on that I think everybody needs to be aware of. Especially when it comes to agency in all three of the states. Okay, so as you know, in Maryland, you cannot represent a buyer and a seller at the same time. You must provide them the understanding whom agents represent when you meet them at their first face-to-face. Pennsylvania, you do have a verbal consumer notice that you must give to somebody when you're talking to them on the telephone on whom agents represent in Pennsylvania and the different types of agency. Pennsylvania, you are allowed dual agency. You can represent a buyer and a seller at the same time. West Virginia also has a consumer notice. You can represent both a buyer and seller at the same time, and you must provide them with the consumer notice the first time that you meet face to face. So there's a lot of confusion that's going on right now. And I wanted to talk about agency because we had an issue that came up that was rather peculiar. Agency, when you talk to the 3 different real estate commissions, they are the biggest complaints that they receive from about agents. Okay. Pennsylvania right now, just so everybody knows, is roughly 18 months to 24 months behind in investigating complaints. So if there was a complaint filed against you within the last 24 months, you probably won't hear about it for at least another 6 months.
That's the good news.
Okay. West Virginia stays pretty well on top of it. Right now, they're gearing up for everyone's renewal, and people that don't renew by the deadline, you'll get hit. It's $1,000 fine to you and the agent and the broker. The big thing that I'm seeing with our agents in our office is everybody's getting buyer agency agreements signed, getting them signed electronically. That makes things easy, right? We're not explaining them to the buyers. We actually had an incident that came up where an agent wrote an offer for a buyer that they had been working with for some time, had a buyer agency agreement signed, never actually went over that buyer agency agreement with the person. Submitted an offer. That person went to another agent and wrote another offer and submitted the offer on the exact same house through a different agent. Okay. Not a good experience for anybody. Not for either one of the agents, not for the seller, not for the buyer. Because needless to say, the buyer ended up not getting that particular contract
So they had clarify, 2 contracts on the same house.
on the same property with two different real estate agents. Okay, so when we're discussing,
2 of our agents.
no,
No, 2 different.
2 different agents,
Oh, okay.
one from our company, one from another company.
So what was?
So here's the thing. We have to make sure that our buyers understand that when you're doing a buyer agency, they can only work with you. If there's something they want to see, they've got to contact you. We as agents, if they want to go to an open house, are supposed to be going to an open house with them. If they want to go to a new construction, we are supposed to be going to a new construction with them. It is more imperative now that we really get buyers on that page. And this is the lead up to it. As you know, in October, NAR, Keller Williams, RE/MAX, everybody's going to court over this commission lawsuit. Okay. So in our buyer agency agreements, also, we have to clarify to the buyer, they are responsible for paying the commission that is due. Yes, buyer agency agreements do state that we will accept what's being paid by the seller on their behalf. However, that may change. Because now they've gone ahead, both lawsuits that are involved in this, they've gone ahead, it's class action. They're talking, it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of somewhere around $20 billion in commissions that are going to be recouped for sellers. Because they overpaid commissions because they shouldn't have been paying buyers commissions. You need to make sure that your buyers are aware they are responsible for the commissions paid. If they break the contract, they have to pay it. If they get out of the contract at the last minute, it should be enforced. Nobody likes to do that. Right now, we're not seeing people do that. I would imagine that's gonna probably come up, okay? So make sure when you're discussing with your buyers, I prefer to see buyer agency agreements and listing agreements with wet signatures. Because then I know you're going over things with somebody, you're sitting in front of them, you're talking to them. That's the only way that you're gonna be able to make it clear to your buyers and sellers that they can't talk to other real estate agents. As soon as you get a call from somebody that wants to see one of your properties, you should be having that discussion. Have you met with any other real estate agents? Are you working with any other real estate agents? Have you signed any buyer agency agreements? Pennsylvania, the first thing you should be discussing with them is the verbal consumer notice, which you do have to give verbatim. Word for word. And if you don't, they'll get you. The other thing, I think it was it, touched on pretty much the buyer agency, the listing agency.
One thing that.
Your understanding.
You're supposed to make a phone call later to them. If you're driving, there's no way you can go over the consumer notice while you're driving. So you're to say, I'll call you back here in a little bit, and I gotta go over the consumer notice before I talk to you.
Correct.
And one of the, I think one of the ways we've identified that the buyer agencies aren't really being explained is that they're coming back to be approved and compliance wise. And
And they're not
filled out.
completed correctly.
They're not filled out and completed correctly at all. Now, you're having conversations with those agents.
I am.
Obviously, but that's the reason, that's part of the catalyst. to-
That's how I know you're not actually going over it with them, because when they come back, they're not right.
Lenny, can I add something very quickly?
Go ahead.
So, oftentimes with a buyer, I always go over the consumer notice right away. And most agents don't. So it makes you look better because you've done your due diligence right up front. So it's a great thing to get buyer agency on your first meeting, or at least gone over the consumer notice.
Right. The other thing that we're seeing a lot of, you're seeing a lot of it in the MLS. And that's the we're not supposed to just really discuss compensation, okay? Everybody knows from an office viewpoint, the compensation that you're required to charge on a listing is a 5% minimum. On a buyer agency, it's a 2.5% minimum. There are agencies out there that are less than that, and they're gonna pay less than that, okay? That's where the buyer agency agreement is gonna help in explaining to a buyer that the other company may only be paying this much. One of the things that I'm seeing come across now is where somebody may be charging 6% in compensation, but they're only paying somebody 2%. I don't like to see those things from us because we want to try and make it a win-win for everybody. Okay. Yes, you can set your own compensation. We do have office minimums, but trust me when I say real estate agents are looking at that HUD. And when they see that you're regularly giving less than an equal split, they're going to think twice before they show your property. So, you know, remember, we all do work together and we want to try and make everything a win-win. The NAR lawsuit is really going to start pushing these compensations. And I think we're going to come to a point where you're going to see less compensation being paid from sellers, You're gonna start seeing more compensation being paid from buyers.
So when we have the listing I'm about to go and put down, and I have my my commission and what I'm giving to the other agent on the other end. We're still doing that.
We are still doing that.
In my listing, and they're signing the document, and they're signing my estimated sheet that tells them approximately what it looks like. I have everybody sign that, say, you understand. This is being paid to the buyer side, this is what your taxes are, estimate of everything, and your bottom line is, plus the contract.
Well, on the listing side, what they're doing is they're paying you.
Right, and
They're paying you that whole amount. Now, we will take a portion of what they are paying us, and we will pay for their help. We will pay them for their help.
And it says that in the listing.
Well,
It does.
It does, it shows 2 or 3%.
It does.
Now, on my listings, I'm usually, I've gone over my list during my presentation, but they usually don't sign it until we do it electronically. And the reason why I do that is because I want them to practice before we actually have a contract coming through, and I'm needing them to look through something to make sure that it's okay. Or do you still?
I'm
are you
not-
saying the buyer side, or are you saying the listing side?
I'm not saying that you have to have the agreement signed in ink.
Okay,
I prefer to see it signed in ink because then I know that it's been gone over.
gotcha, okay.
Okay,
Necessarily, please.
it's,
You can have somebody say here, sign. I'm just saying.
I understand that, but like I said, I can see based on what was initialed and what was signed up on, that it was going over or not. I can see it. Okay. So I can see it.
No. Okay, so just be conscientious.
Yeah.
I just don't see how they can take this support after you've already had a buyer's agent and a listing agent already signed on both sides, and now you're gonna take me to court after I've had a buyer agency signed mine, and I don't know.
Because we didn't see it, it was in the contract.
I know.
It's like. Yeah. I hope it loses. I don't see it.
I mean, that's what I'm.
And we're gonna get this money. Now, trying to add some
Yeah.
overages or agents.
Probably. I mean, they're not gonna be able to get it back from individual agents, but
Crazy.
individual agents have already spent it. You know, but then insurance companies, and so I look for, insurances and things like that to increase if it wins. I mean, it's still gonna take years to settle this thing finally.
But in the meantime,
Because
you gotta-
in the meantime, we need to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing
Right.
and that buyers understand.
In my buyer's presentation, I have my contract there for them to sign, because we go over it. Right. You scared me a year ago, and since then I made it practice.
I'm not trying to scare anybody. You just need to be aware, this is
Keep doing what you're doing.
the way you're supposed to do it. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks.
Question?
Lee.
Okay.
All right. All right, Kelly, here we go. Tell us what you got.
All right, friends, we have a game. I am going to send the game link in chat in case you can't use the QR code. Everybody in the room, get your phones out and scan the QR code so you can pull the game up. All of it is real estate / Keller Williams based. So what I think we're going to do is we have to split into teams. So we'll do the left side of the room. You'll join the red team. And then the right side of the room, you'll join.
Yeah, which you're looking at her screen.
I don't, you guys decide from there.
Okay, you just tell it red. Here we go.
Red, y'all are what color?
Color loser, I mean blue. Watch.
And then,
I'm in.
all right, and then the guys on Zoom, pick one. I'm not really sure.
Pick red, because red only has a few, their side is loaded over there.
Red is best.
Okay, yeah, so go which others, try to balance it out as much as possible,
Pick red, please.
please.
Unless.
It says that you have to pick the teams.
I do? Ooh.
For the teacher to assign teams.
Ah, yes, I have all the power. All right, is everybody in?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait, hold on, not yet.
can you still join? Yep,
Oh,
here we
yeah.
go.
You have to put your name.
Waiting for the teacher to assign the team.
All right, the teacher's waiting for you guys to join, so here we go.
Yep.
You're not
All right.
in?
Hold on, they're not
Two.
in here.
I
Hold on, wait, go back to the QR code.
Ah,
How do we get the QR code?
You gotta zoom in on the QR code.
Well, where's it at? Yeah, but no, where's it at? It's not.
all right, hold on, let me go back. I don't know if I can.
Hit this share button. He's not in the Zoom. What's the link here? Hold on. Let me just.
It's sweet, that smart chat.
You're in, waiting for the teacher to assign.
You go up to the, you can go up there.
Wait, can you go back to the,
Go up to the arrow, yeah.
There
what's the
we go.
website again? Okay, hello, smart.
I put the link in the chat too, Denise, if that helps.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
You guys don't have to join. I'm gonna win, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm just saying.
Everybody got it?
Hey,
Everybody got
hey,
it?
top producer of the month. Yeah, girl. You did.
I had to get off our meeting because I had a closing.
I guess we'll accept it. All
Let me
right,
know when you're ready.
I think we're good.
All right. Let's see if I can get you guys split up here. How many teams? Ooh.
4 teams now.
All right, so let's do 4. Ah, and it does it for me. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is high tech stuff. All right, does everybody know where they're at?
I'm like 20. Oh, okay.
All right.
We're orange. Team 2.
All right, guys, so what's gonna happen? Hello?
We're gonna win.
Hello?
Hey, Kelly, go ahead.
What are we doing?
All right,
I
so
don't know yet.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the quiz. The questions will come up on your screens. They're not gonna show up here, but you'll be able to see the scores tick as you answer the questions correctly.
Is it also based on speed?
Essentially, yeah, because whoever can get there first is gonna win. So yes.
Wait, is it like the horse races? Like going across the? Yeah. Should we go together?
We'll
Should
find
we
out.
be together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're.
Do we need
entering
it?
individually.
Okay.
All right, are you guys ready?
Ready?
Yes, ready?
Here we go, here we go.
Ready, set, go. I lied. 3, 2, 1.
We're ready.
What?
Did the questions come up?
Yes.
It won't let me.
Got it right.
You have a different question. Oh, you do? I do?
It's on taking my.
Yeah, it'll do them randomly.
Yeah, I didn't hit it fast enough.
Uh-oh, Team Teal's pulling ahead. Here comes orange.
I'm not answering them. I don't even get the click on. Shut up, my glasses.
There goes orange. Teal's picking up. Blue is right behind.
Come on, Blue.
The question should come back around too if you get them incorrect. So you'll get a second chance. Oh, teal and orange are tied. Blue's coming in.
Not teal.
I was gonna say teal and orange are like neck and neck the whole time.
Come on.
I'm done. I got them all right.
Me too.
All right,
That's great. Let's prove it.
help your team.
Lenny,
Joe,
There it is, Orange. You're almost there.
I'm orange. I'm done. Come on. What's our prize?
I think Orange only needs one more.
Oh my gosh. I miss none. Come on, Orange.
Peel,
I'm done.
There it is. Orange is the winner.
you guys suck.
Look at that shining bright right there. Super bright.
Teal, you're so close.
Lou's coming in hot. Oh, Michelle. Michelle, you done yet?
I went through it all once, but it wasn't taking my answer.
Oh, okay. They must not- Right. The ones you got wrong, it makes you do them. Yeah, I didn't know it then, because I got them all right. Say it one more time. Wait, I have nothing for you. Gosh, we're still waiting for y'all.
Like that. We won.
Actually.
There it is. Yellow's in second.
Did somebody ever drink all that old beer that was in there?
No, we
I'm
dumped
just
it.
getting ready to say.
Yeah, we dumped it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think we got huge beers.
So.
In the trash.
All right, is it just 1 and 2? 1 and 2 places?
I
We're not
think,
voting for anything
think
else,
it goes
right?
to all four, but we can end it.
I think it's all done. All right, good job, guys.
Oh,
Fun
look
stuff.
at it.
Team.
There it is. There it is.
All right. So just to review a little bit, I don't know which ones you guys had on here. So if you were having issues with them, the 3 L's in Keller Williams foundational model includes leads, listings, and leverage. That is correct.
Yeah.
Right? The 5 fundamental models outlined in MREA are the economic, the lead gen, the organization, the expansion, and the budget. Somebody just gave me the acronym of ELBO for that. Yep. So the market becomes a buyer's market when there are blank months or more of inventory. So remember, 6 is balanced. So as soon as we hit that 7, we're moving into a buyer's market. GPS stands for goals, priorities, and strategies. Signifying the length of time a property has been listed, the real estate abbreviation is DOM, which stands for days on market. Real estate, a property that is sold for less than the debt secured by the property, is known as a short sale. An important ratio that helps home buyers determine how much house they can afford is debt to income. C word refers to homes that have been sold in a given area in the past 6 months, allowing real estate agents to determine a home's value is comps. MOFR, acronym that stands for make offer for immediate response, which we discussed in the meeting. So just a heads up. And then if you have a question for the leadership team, you can hop on what Zoom call at 11:30. It has got a minute.
Gotcha.
All
Awesome.
right.
Yay, that was fun.
Yay.
All right, guys, anything else before we disband? Awesome. All right, well, thank you guys for coming. Thanks for staying. And I'm really impressed with KW First. That's awesome.
Two referrals are gonna be.
Hey.
Hey,
Did you lift that house yet? You're getting the paperwork signed Friday? Okay, awesome. Okay, all right, that sounds good. I'll put them in there. Are you nervous? Good.